It's been Fawn picking up the mantle here.
All right, it is going to be the Ness here going into game 1 of this best of 5 set. And the loser of this is going to get 7th place. Neither of them want that. You know, you don't want to make it into top 8 and then be out immediately.
Exactly. Got to go ahead and get more than one set to get a little bit more info. Loving that rising up air to just get rid of that projectile. Ooh, the one hit into the instant grab. Solid coverage right there. And that loop is so difficult to do anything about if you do not have good aerial drift, which Duck Hunt, not necessarily one of the best.
Yeah, it's really, again, I don't know too much about this matchup. It does look like the can goes through the magnet, so that's good at least.
You can absorb the explosion, but not the can itself.
That makes sense. It's all going to be all about the pressure here and who can find the big conversions. Great. I love the disc combos into the back air there, and wow, an F smash actually going to settle that one early.
And that seems like the Fawn special. It just rear back and cover landings with F smash. Anytime you can get that started, it feels like this character's biggest weakness in killing just gets completely solved. Look at that little bit of the can reflection with that magnet into the back here. I really dig that option.
Yeah, I love the stall to just sort of get a little bit more time to make Fawn drop shield in that moment. And big combo here, a tech chase onto the small battlefield platform, but failing to fully catch the landing here, and we're going to return to neutral.
I feel like Clay Pigeon, the disc, is going to be a huge tool in this matchup, it looks like, because anytime Montrose wants to go forward, that's going to multi-hit on us. So it's not only going to clash with a lot of his moves, it's going to beat them.
Very true, and it looks like this PK, this up B in disadvantage is quite a problem for Fawn. Whenever she's off stage, getting chased by that looks very uncomfortable.
Yeah, if you basically have already expended your double jump, I don't think there's anything you can do, but safe shield pressure, not so much right there. Montrose landing very aggressively, and Fawn had that up smash preloaded to get that punish.
Can you land, or is the stock going to get taken? The up air just barely not enough. Fishing for that strong back throw Ness has. Trying not to take too much extra credit here. You know, it's still anybody's game, but oh, the extra credit coming in here. Clutch for Fawn, already 55%.
Oh, solid damage, 100%. That back there should not quite kill, not cross stage at 120 just yet.
I love Ness like slowly walking across the stage as the can chases him. It's just like, it's behind me.
Exactly. You actually want to position yourself between those two. You want to get it so that you cannot like use the can and then send it in a direction where it's retreating towards you. If you can go ahead and stand between those two characters, you just take that tool away, and because it's a frame 1 get out of jail free card, that then extends all of your combos.
That does make sense. Fawn setting up shop over here in the corner, saying, I have the lead, you're going to have to figure out how to approach me. And Montrose doing so.
Yeah,
a lot of pressure being put on.
The kill differential between these two characters is such that even though there's like 70 extra damage on Fawn, I would not be surprised. Okay, never mind. Yeah, just I don't even get a chance to finish my sentence because Fawn shuts me the heck up right there. That sliding, was that a dash attack or a pivot canceled F tilt? I can never tell.
It was an F tilt, yeah. But, you know, Duck Hunt, not a character I know too much about, but I'm pretty sure that was pivot canceled F tilt. Just giving him the bap, and you are dead.
Yeah, there's like not a ton of huge disjoints on this character. Exactly, it was a pivot canceled F tilt. Good eye right there. I can never tell the difference between that and like the start of a dash attack.
Yeah, for Duck Hunt, I have no idea. I was guessing. It just looked like, it looked like she slowed down before she hit the button. But one of the players I love who does that all the time is Zomba. Oh, you ever watch him with Rob? He does like the sliding F tilt, and it's just a little slap. So
yeah, it's like
he's the one I always think of when I see that.
He's skidding, and then he actually like can link that up or down. It's always an amusing one for sure. Now, if he was real though, he'd get them pivot cancel down tilts going. That's a real thing that Robs can do, and it is absolutely terrifying.
There is way too much that Rob can do.
True. True. Why does that character have everything?
Speaking of. Well, actually, neither of these characters have everything. Well, these characters just have some pretty decent tools in some areas. Neither one is really an all-rounder. But I love that Fawn is a huge user of Duck Hunt's A-button moves. Gotcha. Instead of just being a B-button, sit-back player, she uses them to condition and then goes forward and finds normals. Normals is the word I was looking for there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I actually agree with you. That's a really good point. It feels as though a lot of Duck Hunts, I'm going to go ahead and toss projectiles out until the cows come home. Like, I'm never going to hold forward. I don't know what that means. On the other side, though, we're starting to see Montrose respond with a couple normals of his own. The big old baseball bat trying to go and get a ton of extra damage. Look at that fastball right there. Characters with bad recoveries, I feel like the people that main them always have the best like tech for recovering. They always know how to like mix up the fastball so well.
Absolutely required at this level, or you're just not going to get to play the game. That yo-yo looks annoying to deal with Duck Hunt.
Yeah, speaking of not getting a chance to play the game right there,
Yep.
like that was checkmate 100%.
Back into the corner here, and the PK Fire, a nice little way to punish you for going to the corner, and again, that's one of Duck Hunt's favorite places to be.
It feels like the difference between this game and the last one is that Montrose has been committing to that PK Fire a lot more, because if you actually activate it, like put out that wall, it becomes a lot harder for Fawn to toss out those longer range projectiles. It shuts down Clay Pigeon, it shuts down Can, so just toss it out, have the active hitbox, and then walk forward. Speaking of Can, finally killing at 160 very nearly.
Yeah, I love the can control from Fawn. One thing I want to note is throwing the can off stage, then going off and giving it just like a little nudge to reverse direction, and just covering that 2-frame zone. Just creating the really scary situation for Ness that would eventually lead to a kill with the advantage state.
Agreed, though the problem in this matchup for that tool is that Ness's air dodge is busted.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it is
so
good. So a lot of times what you'll see, and we already saw it once this game, where Montrose will like air dodge up and in and still be able to grab it because the can's just a little bit too delayed. Oh, the Clay Pigeon ladders into the up air. This confirmed by Fawn. So incredible.
I had no idea Clay Pigeon was so good until the first time I watched Fawn. And then I was like, oh, wait, why aren't they using this move all the time? This move is insane.
Yeah, it's another frame 1 projectile, too. Like, the hitbox isn't necessarily
really
active, but the Clay Pigeon appears on that frame.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it can even slow down combos and get you out of dodge.
This is just a minefield here, and almost getting saved by the can, but there were so many things flying Montrose's way, including a duck and a dog.
I mean, the hitboxes, my man. The hitboxes are just so difficult to deal with. It feels like just when you think it's like, okay, I understand how to get around Can. I understand how to get around Clay Pigeon. But do you understand how to get around Can, Clay Pigeon, and the forward smash, and the gunman on the backup?
Yeah, and a little guy with a shotgun. There's just so many.
Oh, good God.
That's so goofy. Duck Hunt is a goofy character.
Oh, for sure. It just, you never really know how the Duck Hunt is going to approach the matchup. This is one of those characters that, yeah, everybody has probably a Duck Hunt in their region, and everybody can understand like what the character can do in neutral, but when you get to that top level of play, this character can actually be super aggressive at points or super defensive. It's incredibly an expressive character, and for zoners, you don't usually get that a lot. Oh,
wow, a change. And the Falco coming out, probably saying, I want an easier way to deal with all these projectiles. Is Montrose known for this Falco?
Montrose has played Falco. I want to say it's not one of his like top characters, but definitely a character that we've seen him get wins with in bracket. And honestly, I kind of dig this because Falco is kind of sleepily a character that is very, very difficult to camp.
Yeah, he's really good against zoners. That frame 1 reflector with the down B, making it pretty difficult to just sit back and throw things at him.
In addition, the gap between when you toss it out for the first time and when you can toss it out for the second time where it isn't active is really, really low. It's only a couple frames. So usually you're able to continue the pressure where even if your timing is off, you can just do it again, yeah.
Can he find the edge guard, though? That's going to be, not getting camped out of neutral is great, but you got to find the kill as well. And wow, that down B actually going to get hard punished by Fawn coming through with the aerial.
Finally punishing the shine right there. That's definitely a spot where, like, we know that Montrose wants to get the projectiles away. You want to just establish the fact that Fawn can't toss him out there. But then when Fawn starts to bait this out, it gets a lot more difficult for the Falco.
Going for the self-assist combo there with the can. Not quite going to connect. And going to get reversaled for quite a bit of damage. Falco with such crazy reward on hit. Going to be keeping this very even.
Now look at this, the gunmen, each of them has a different timing, and I'm not sure that Montrose has them all down, because the second time in a row where Fawn tosses it out, Montrose has a reflector ready, but look at that, again, 3 times in a row now, he hasn't had the timing right, and Fawn's had the punish ready.
How do you get in versus this character? That is the question that Montrose is asking right now. No huge conversions for Falco have been happening here.
No.
Sort of just finding little bits of damage here and there, and then eventually finding that up smash. This second stock is not coming off quite so easy.
So far, basically this Falco has been used almost purely for shine.
Wow, that grab.
Yeah, that is Oh no, he got greedy. He went for the back air, but it wasn't true, so Fawn had the frame 1 can already.
Yeah, anytime you're that close to the blast zone versus Duck Hunt, you need to be wary of that frame 1 escape option that can kill you super early if you're that high up. The up smash.
Punishing that 20 frames of lag on Gunman. That's definitely one thing where you have to be aware of. That is one of the rare gaps in Fawn's ability to keep people out, is when you commit to that Gunman.
Big damage coming out, and wow, what a confirm there. 104% on the board, and the dare going to seal it out. Fawn moving on.
That was just brutal at the edge right there. Montrose had an opportunity, overcommitted once, and how much damage did he take? Look at this. He started at 30% here in this interaction. We went coast to coast. He barely manages to get back, but the clay pigeon's ready. The can confirm is ready. The normal is ready. And hey, you're at 100%, you're at kill percent, and he just couldn't get back to edge. He jumped up with that aerial. He tossed out the projectile, or excuse me, the reflector, excuse me. Yeah, and it was a regrab.
Wow. Yeah, you know, you get forced into those regrab situations sometimes when there's just so much stuff on ledge. You don't know where to go. Mm-hmm. You know, there was a million things going on. What an incredible combo there to end things off, though. And Fawn showcasing one of the best advantage states around.
Mm-hmm. I'm stunned really by the disadvantage state, too, off stage.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we just saw a Falco versus Duck Hunt where there were no kills off stage for Falco.
Yeah, zero spikes, zero edge guards. You know, just sort of weaving in and out, flying through the pressure. The kills that he did find were just